The opal, one of the most sought after gemstones on earth, cutting opal can be a risky business. You can lose thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars. This week, we're cutting two beautiful opals. Will we win or will we lose? We'll also be giving away a beautiful opal. If you've never seen opal cut before, this is a good one for you.
Hello, everyone. I am Robert from Global Prospecting, and these are the two opals that we'll be cutting today. We take on some of the toughest opals from around the world, and today we are cutting these beautiful Lightning Ridge Australian opals. The first thing we'll do is we'll go over these opals and take a look and see what we're going to need to do to get a couple of clean opals. As you can see here, the opal concaves there, so we may have to slice right around here to get a stone there. And then there's a little piece of color on the back there. I may try to save that, but as you can see, it will not be easy. And this is the second opal that we're cutting, and you can see the beautiful red color bar that flows through this opal, and it seems to go all the way around. We do have some color on the top of the opal. We may have to lose that. It's not thick enough to slice, but as you can see, it is not an even stone, so we're going to have to do some work to try to get an even stone and a nice clean stone. But from what I can see, we should have a clean stone, unless something inside takes a turn for the worst. But we're going to get started. Let's do it. And we'll be starting off on the 600 steel wheel today. And we'll just kind of tap around the stone and see where we're going to start forming our opal and if we're going to need to slice it. And later on in the video, we are having an opal giveaway, and we are giving away an amazing opal this week. So stay tuned to find out how you can be entered in to winning the beautiful opal that we are giving away. This opal has some beautiful greens, blues, and yellows, and that combination in the opal is epic. Well, so far it looks like the sand is running into the opal. Now, when I looked through it with the gem torch, it seemed to be pretty clean. There might have been a couple of problem areas, but from this side you can see that the sand is pretty riddled right there. We're probably going to end up having to slice it right here. So... well, that's really... well, let's take a quick look with the gem torch and see if we can see anything. It seems to be pretty clean in there, but sometimes you can't tell if there's sand kind of spread around in there. But okay, let's cut her up. I'm going to try to save that color on the back and see if I can do anything with it. But I'm going to slice it right in the middle of that dip. Well, see, that looks pretty clean in there. So that shouldn't be too bad. Now you can see that color on the back here. I'm going to try to slice right through that sand. See if I can cut it off. Alrighty, let's take a look. And it does have quite a bit of sand. Well, we'll keep going around it. I think our stone may get smaller. Hopefully we can find a good clean area inside of the stone. I think as we get down farther into this color bar, the color looks a lot better down at the bottom of the color bar, closer to the middle of the color bar. And to save as much of the stone as we can, I think I'm going to form it into a drop shape, a teardrop. But we'll see as we go. We have that one big sand spot in the middle there, but I think I can get it out. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we should be able to get that out. So we did get it out, but you can see there is some sand just underneath. We got a thin layer of color, and then we see some sand, but the opal is so bright that you won't notice the sand just under the surface of the color bar. So if we're real careful, we can save this opal. And the sand kind of goes down at an angle. So we should be alright, and we'll see how it looks after we polish her up. We'll work the back a little here and get it ready for the dopstick. And then we will move on to the next opal. Not too bad. And here we are at the next opal, and you can see this beautiful color bar that just kind of flows around the opal. And it's a little undulated on each side. I wish I could save the green on the top, but unfortunately I'm going to go for that color bar, the red color bar. And we'll go around the opal right now, and we'll see if we can see where this color... I think the color bar goes all the way through. It looks like it kind of surfaces on one end, but that's alright. If we're careful, we can get a nice teardrop out of it. But we'll see how it goes. Now, if we get some sand in the face, then we could have a problem. But right now, it looks like it should be a nice clean bar. Well, you can see here, you can see just a dash of sand right there. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. And the little spot right there is not showing the color bar yet, so we'll go in a little bit more here. And I do see some sand on the outer opal. Hopefully it's not interfering with the color bar, but I don't think it will. You can see the bottom is really undulated, so we're going to have to work on that a little bit. And I'll take off some of these raised edges here to try to even the stone up a little bit, so when we do go down on the color bar, we get a nice even stone. But man, that's got some beautiful red. If that face is good, this will be a phenomenal stone. Even the green's beautiful on the top. I wish I could just slice that off, but it's really not thick enough. Alright, let's start going down on the face, and expose this color bar. I'm going to kind of work the corner here and see if we can get a little glimpse of it. Man, look at the green. That is beautiful green and blue. But we really want the reds. Even her up a little bit more. And let's expose this color. And you can see that sand line going into the center of the stone. Hopefully we can get that out, but it looks pretty deep. Boy, those greens are nice. You can see the red starting to pop through there. Just under that, see it there? Let's take a good look at that sand. Looks like it's kind of going in there a little bit deep. Let's continue on. And you can see on the far end of the opal the color bar kind of surfaces, so it's kind of going at a slight angle. So we got to be very careful here. And there we go, it's starting to pop through. That is going to be some beautiful color. We've still got some cloud on there, so we're going to have to keep going down. The color bar's not super thick, but beautiful. We've still got some room to go. And that sand line, I think, is going to cause us some problems. Unfortunately, it looks like it dips down into the color. So we may have to slice this stone up. But look at the reds in that, man. That's going to be beautiful. If we can get that color to flow through this whole opal. And I can see the color bar kind of peters off on one side, but the stone may shrink a little bit, but if we can capture all that color, We still got a good amount to go down on the bar, but you can see this side, we've almost exhausted it. Oh, we'll see. Well, let's work the back a little bit here, get it ready for the doping stick, and then I'm going to go down farther on the color bar on the next wheel because it is going to be touch and go. I'm going to have to take a better look at that sand line there. I may have to slice. We'll take a look. I'll try to capture it. Let's see if we can get the gem torch and take a look. Yeah, you can see how it goes down into the color bar. So we're going to have to slice it. Alrighty, I got her marked out. And we are going to slice her. Yeah, you can see right there that the sand pops down into the bar. So we'll get a couple smaller stones, but it's worth it. We'll shape these up real quick and then we'll get them on the doping stick. You can see the color popping through there. That's going to be a perfect stone. A beautiful little teardrop. And for this one, well, because the color bar peters off on the side there, I'm going to take that side down and we're going to make another teardrop. So we'll have one small and one larger teardrop. So this is what I'm thinking here. Make a little teardrop because the color peters off on that side. You really want to try to maximize as much as you can on these opal. Really the goal is to try to get a clean stone and save as much of the color as you can. Now a lot of the times you could have a small piece of sand in the face, a small inclusion, but you're not always going to be able to get them out. It does devalue the stone, but not everybody can afford $20,000 opals. But you do want to make the maximum effort to try to get a clean stone without actually ruining the opal. I mean, these things have been brewing in the ground for millions of years, so you don't want to just throw away a stone because it's got a small inclusion. In my opinion, anyway. Well, let's get them dopped up. Alrighty, let's get our shapes refined, and then we'll get the pre-polish done, get to the cerium oxide, and finish these babies up. Look at that. This opal is just super saturated, greens, blues, and yellows. What a beautiful opal. All right, let's do the next one. Refining the shape just a tiny bit on this opal, and then we're going to go down a little bit more on the color, and it should expose the color bar a little bit better, but I'm going to be real careful because I don't want to lose any of the color. And we do have a little sand in the face that we'll try to get out. And she's starting to come together. We'll get some of that sand out of there. And you can see some of the beautiful reds, blues, yellows, a full spectrum of some amazing color. She's looking good. We'll move on to the smaller opal, the smaller teardrop, and I think that one's going to really pop when we get down in the color. Alright, let's go down on the color bar. We got plenty of color bar on this one, so we're going to go down till this color brightens up. I'm going to soften the edges up a little bit to give the appearance of a dome. But plenty of reds, blues, purples, greens. Nice. And this is the opal giveaway for this week's video. And all you need to do to be entered into winning this beautiful opal is leave a comment in the comment section of this video and let us know what fascinates you about opal. Leave a thumbs up and be subscribed to the channel and leave us a hype and you will be entered into winning that beautiful opal. And make sure you come to the live to see if you win the opal. Good luck, everyone. It's a nice one. Beautiful. She should polish up nice. Look at that. And I just want to give a shout out to a great channel on YouTube, Bald Knob Farmstead. Her and her husband shoot videos of her farm and what goes on from a day to day. And that's very interesting. It's a fun watch. I mean, anybody that deserves views, Bald Knob does. She works a full-time job. She's redoing our house. She makes YouTube videos. And she takes care of her farm. So if anybody deserves views, Bald Knob does. And I'll put her a link to her YouTube channel in the description of this video. And we are on the final wheel, the 14,000, and then we'll move on to the cerium oxide. And here are the opals after we polished them up. I still got a little bit of work to do on them. And this is the reality of opal cutting. They don't all come out perfect, but they are beautiful regardless. And you really can't see the inclusions with the naked eye, but they still are beautiful. And if anybody's looking for opal rough to cut, you can check us out at global-prospecting.com. There we have a wide range of opals for cutting. We also sell specimen grades and we sell display minerals. So come check us out at global-prospecting.com. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. And check us out every other Thursday live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to enter into the Opal giveaway. And it is a beauty. And if you don't know how to enter, go back in the video and check out how to be entered in to winning the beautiful opal that we are giving away. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for coming, everyone. And we will see you next Thursday.